To put it dramatically, the WWE 2K series has been a bumpy and uncomfortable road to get through, and it's not what I thought it would be. There has been disappointment, anger, frustration with these games, and the potential to do amazing things with this series apparently only exist in my mind. Now, don't get me wrong, these are not the worst wrestling games to play, but I do think 2K should be doing more, and what these games have offered in the last few years hasn't been enough for me. Call me a whiny bitch if you want, but that's how I see it. When WWE 2K19 was in development, I wasn't holding my breath for it, and quite honestly, I was actually gonna skip it. But of course, the power of 2K dragged me back in. I truly do need an escape plan. Anyway, let's look at the cover, and you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna complain about it. You got AJ Styles doing his signature pose with, I assume, red fire surrounding him. And yeah, it just looks very generic, bland, boring. I also learned recently that this AJ Styles picture is actually an old picture of him, and they simply just added long hair. This is the original picture. Yikes. I'm not a fan of this main menu, and I thought as time would go on, I would grow to like it, but no. It's too bright and it's also really bland. The whole white background with black text thing, along with the wrestlers in black and white, makes it feel really lifeless. I guess I like having color because the lack of it is not appealing. The soundtrack is not that bad, and I've actually become a fan of some songs, such as 11th Hour and Passion. Of course, you can also use the wrestlers' theme songs, but I did notice you can't skip a song, or maybe you can, but I can't seem to find it, but whatever. I did notice locker code as well. I'm guessing we'll receive codes somewhere online, maybe from WWE wrestlers on Twitter or something, which will unlock new stuff like wrestlers, attires. I don't know. But right now as I speak, there are no codes, and I guess we'll have to find out more soon, whenever soon is. Creation tools offer the usual: create a wrestler, entrance, moveset, victory scene, championship, show, arena, video. Although it's still unusable since the cutscenes take forever to load. You also have custom matches where you can set specific-ish rules to your match. Oh, and you can now create a Money in the Bank briefcase. Yay? I was hoping for something actually fun though, like create a finisher or story designer, but I guess that's subjective, like this whole review. In terms of match types, there is now a 5-man match, which includes typical matches like normal, extreme rules, ladder, and more. The 8-man match is also much more fun to play with the frame rate largely improved upon. And you can now do a women's Royal Rumble match, which is great and a long time coming. The Hell in a Cell match is sorta odd this year though. Okay, first of all, walking outside of the ring while in the cell is so annoying, and it just makes me want to go back into the ring. But that's boring because it's Hell in a Cell. We're meant to cause destruction and chaos. But no, you can't, because you also can't get weapons either. Yeah, you can't get weapons inside of a Hell in a Cell match. What? I mean, the only fun it really offers this year is when you throw them off the cell, where they did update the falling animations, so at least that's something. Or when they fall through the cell, which is cool. Although, when it's already broken, there is an invisible wall, so you can't do anything. And yeah, you can also fight here, but whatever. So yeah, the Hell in a Cell this year. It sucks. The steel cage match is updated though, and while I'm not really a fan of this match in general, I do appreciate the upgrade. It's cool. I would talk about universe mode, but I can't add much, because I just cannot become a long-term fan of this mode. And I've most certainly tried over the past, what is it now, 7 years? But anytime I do enjoy it, the fun eventually fades, because it's always just a phase. So this year, I'm not going to use it. And I know last year I did annoy some of you with my comments about universe, but I always have to be honest with you in my reviews. If I don't like something, I will most certainly point that out. And I don't like universe mode. Of course, the game comes with an online mode, but if you want to keep your sanity, I suggest you stay away. I know this is not a surprise to a lot of you, but yeah, online is once again a toxic, dark, and cold place. You start a match, they run at you, and they do everything and anything to win a match, because apparently their life is at risk if they lose, so they must win at all costs. But me? And I'm sure there are others who will agree, but I like having fun. And if the match results with me being the loser, does it matter that much? Not really. Nope. Usually with Extreme's Edge, we'll have such hilarious and crazy matches, but we're not focusing on the winner, we're focusing on the fun of the match, the craziness. So my advice remains the same. If you want to have fun online, play with a friend. Plain and simple. Although, Brandon, you did low blow me 3 times in a match, so I'm afraid this friendship is over. I'm sorry it has to go this way. You also have community creations, which is always nice to use. I usually just download characters from other video games like Max Caulfield and Chloe Price. Come on! What else do you expect from me? Oh, and Freddie Mercury, because you always gotta have him in the game. Duh. The showcase mode is back, and this time it's all about Daniel Bryan, where you go through highlights of his career in WWE, and it also offers the usual, like objectives to follow in a match, watch cutscenes, watch real life footage, and unlock stuff. It's not that much different from the past, so I don't think you'll feel too lost with it. It's pretty straightforward actually. But I have to say it, I didn't really enjoy it that much. I mean, it's all put together pretty well, but it doesn't offer much for me. I actually felt a great sense of boredom and I almost ditched it entirely. But I said fuck it, let's just do this so I can unlock more shit. And that's why I played it, to unlock stuff. But the enjoyment wasn't there. Now, even though I'm not a huge fan of Daniel Bryan, I'm not blaming him, because when I played the Steve Austin showcase mode, that was also pretty boring, and I'm talking about Steve Austin here. So yeah, the showcase mode concept, it's not the worst thing ever, but if it fucks off for a while, again, I won't care, like at all. That's it really. Yeah. Now that I've talked about showcase mode, it means I must talk about career mode. And I enjoyed it. Yep, I actually liked it. Now, one second. Hold on, folks. Let's slow down a little bit there. Because it's not all the way there in terms of enjoyment. But I do think it's on the right path. While I really enjoyed the BCW stuff, and honestly, if career mode just focused on BCW and the indie feel to it, I would have had more fun. Because when my guy went to WWE, I really missed BCW. I actually loved BCW, it was awesome. But I do think, compared to the other My Career modes, this is the best. Hands down, this is the best. And while I didn't enjoy the main roster stuff as much as the BCW stuff, it's still acceptable, I'll take it. I just feel the BCW stuff was a lot of fun. I can overlook other stuff too, like the voice acting. Ugh. These odd interactions that you can skip, I don't know why they're there. I mean, without these interactions, it won't affect the story at all. I also don't care about my player tree or road to glory. All I wanted to do was play a decent story mode, and in the end, I felt happy enough with it. Again, it's not all the way there, but if it stays on the right path, then I don't have to get pissed off anymore, and I can simply just enjoy my career. I suggest you try it out this year, although I would understand if you're hesitant. Let's talk about Towers mode. It's something that I didn't really care a whole lot about when they announced it, but I wanted to give it a chance, and it's pretty simple to understand. There is the Gauntlet Tower where you must complete the whole thing in one session. That means you can't quit out of it or restart a match. You gotta keep going, mister. Then there is the Steps Tower, which is the opposite. When you win a match, you can leave and return to that tower another time. I do prefer the Gauntlet Tower because it offers an anxiety-filled challenge. And when you complete them, you feel like you've been through a shitstorm, and man, it can get intense. It can get intense. But I like that. I like the anxiety that it gives me, because I'm weird. Especially the $1 Million Tower. That will fuck you up mentally. You will also get matches with stipulations too, such as winning by doing your finisher, or playing in 8-bit graphics, because why not? But yeah, I think this mode has been a long time coming. It's something a wrestling game should have, and I'm surprised it hasn't been in this whole time. But now that it's here, I like it, and it can feel rewarding when you complete a tower. Especially the $1 Million Tower. Oh my lord. But yeah, let's talk about the graphics. 2K19 looks amazing, and the graphics are even more sexy this year, even if it is just a slight change. The clothing is actually looking like clothing now. The hair is actually looking like hair now, for the most part. The arenas look amazing, and the models are getting better and better every year. Even though it didn't make Randy Orton that happy. Oh god, I hope he doesn't go to the 2K headquarters and show his ding dong. Uh-oh. Overall, the game just looks good, and I have no problem with it, really. Yep, it's fine. Oh, and Ruby Riott is a fucking goddess. She looks amazing. I love her. Anyway, moving on. The gameplay is both improved upon and annoying. I'll get to the annoying part in just a second. I love how fast the gameplay is though. It's less sluggish and stiff, and this time it's just more lighter and fluid, which works wonderfully. I thought 2K18's gameplay was fast, but 2K19 speeds it up even more, which is what it needed. We also have the payback ability now, which helps you out when you're getting your ass kicked pretty much. You have level 1, which will give you abilities such as auto reverse, possum, instant recovery. But level 2 is what you want though, giving you cool abilities like poison mist, blackout, power of the punch, and more. But to be honest, it has taken me a while to care about this feature. I mean, other than resiliency, I said it right, fuck yeah. But other than that, I don't need anything else, and I've been using that even before payback was a thing. But I can see how fans would enjoy this. I just think this could have been in the ability section, but whatever. Plus it's also blocking most of the health and stamina, which irritates me so much. I hate that so much. Anyway, the gameplay does have issues too, such as strikes, grapples, springboarding and diving, not connecting to my opponent. It sort of reminds me of WWE 12, which had a similar problem. So I hope this is improved upon in a patch, but if not, then what the fuck, people, get on it! But now I have to get serious because I really hate talking about this shit. And what I'm about to talk about, voice is kind of messing up here. Better wrap up this review soon. I have to talk about the yellow meter. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, 2K, what are you doing? Or Ukes, whatever. Is this a joke? If I'm being honest here, are you trying to like make me laugh with this crap? Oh god. Where do I even begin? Okay, calm down. Goose fraba. Now in the past you would get this meter if you did a mid-move reversal, which was still pretty dumb, but I can accept that. But now, there is no rule to it. It's always there. And 2K, you wanted to bring the fun back? Well, this is not bringing fun back. It gets in the way and it annoys me. I really don't mind limited reversals. It's actually fine. It's a fine feature. But what's with the fucking meter? We don't need it. And if you think it helps make the match feel more real or better, babe, it doesn't. Anyway, whatever. 2K19's gameplay is fun for the most part, and even if they did get rid of the meter or fix the collision problems, I still think it has a ways to go, but they're on the right path. They're not quite there yet, but they're on the right path. And that's how I describe 2K19 as a whole. It's on the right path, but it's not quite there yet. And I don't think they'll ever get to that point where it'll be a perfect wrestling game. No game is. But if they stop taking it so seriously with the whole simulation direction, because clearly that hasn't worked at all, and they just make it fun, crazy, and cartoony even, that might actually work. WWE in reality has most certainly seen better days, so trying to put that into a wrestling game may actually be more bad than good. The blocky wrestlers, zombie Triple H, and big head mode is very welcoming in these games because it reminds me of a time long gone where wrestling games did this type of goofy shit, and it's nice to see that in 2K19. This isn't a bad wrestling game, definitely not the worst. That goes to 5-star wrestling, but I have yet to play a modern wrestling game and go, whoa man, this is some crazy shit. You know, 2K19 simply makes me go, oh, cool. Anyway, thank you for watching this review. Like always, let's have a discussion about it in the comment section down below. And in the end, if you enjoy 2K19, then who gives a fuck what I have to say. And I shall see you next time. But for now, please, take care.